All right, as you come in, the first thing you see is a very familiar mess of hair that you recognize.
He just starts pointing you.
Acacia turns around, gives V a single, like, terrified look and goes, "Me? Oh god, it's you!" And, like, Marcy, who's immediately next to them, turns around and goes, "Me?" Acacia goes, "No, not you!"
No, you!
Marcy points to V and goes, "You?
What was that thing? You said you were flying. What is it?"
What? What? Why are you here? I thought you would be, like, busy or something. Gee, Marcy is taking...
Why would I be busy with what? What do I got going on?
I don't know. Probably something. Look, I can't
You'd
let
be
it
wrong.
out. Look, I
Is it?
can't. I'll show you later, because I can't let it out in the store, because I'm gonna get denied service. And they kind of, like, throw their thumb over the counter where the stone owner is just, like, glaring with their arms crossed.
Please keep all medium or larger Pokemon inside their Pokeballs at all times while inside the establishment.
Yeah.
Don't set off a sandstorm in my restaurant, please.
But Acacia kind of, like, looks between and goes, "Geez, okay, you good? But did you just
How
go
long is it
running for
gonna
that?
take?
What has we got stuff to talk about? Jesus."
I have stuff to talk about.
Marcy's like, "Well, V can join us. I mean, I kind of already told you, but yeah, V. Oh wait, no, you know V." Acacia's like, "Yes, I know V. Look, can you wait outside or something? We gotta talk about stuff."
No.
Absolutely not.
Marcy, who seems to be a little bit more incapable of handling this, just goes, "Okay, how about I am gonna buy you a hot chocolate or cold chocolate. That's also a thing, because it is really hot. And we're gonna sit on that table, and you can sit on the table next to it and drink your hot chocolate, and when we're done, Professor Acacia," and Acacia just kind of glares halfway, and Marcy does, like, little finger guns.
Nobody just slipped their first name.
What were you saying? Did I catch it? Probably not.
I wasn't listening closely.
Roll a perception check.
I was listening.
Roll a perception check.
Really close. 17.
Yeah, you got.
That's a natural 17.
You are pretty sure that before catching herself, Marcy began to say Gatlin.
Gatlin.
But immediately, like, because Acacia's just kind of, like, glaring half-heartedly, Marcy goes, "Yes, Professor, the esteemed Professor Acacia, and I have things to discuss. So, how about I buy you..."
Yeah, so let's discuss.
What,
What are we talking about?
Well, can he just join us? Acacia just goes, "Fine, look, just don't interrupt. It's just the briefing. Can you just sit quietly and, not...
If you promise to show me your Pokemon, then I'll try my best."
I suppose that's the most I can ask for. Alright, fine. I'll show you Chrysophase if you just don't, interrupt too much.
Okay. Also, I will take a chocolate milk, yes. Thank you.
Okay.
Yes, and thank you.
Alright, Marcy orders you a chocolate milk. And then you can go over and sit down with them on whatever side you want. I just randomly dragged you.
I'm gonna start calling chocolate milk a cold chocolate from now on.
I mean, what else would it be, I guess? It's just like milk and chocolate.
I was also like,
Cold?
would cold chocolate be a milkshake?
But it doesn't have, like...
Or is that frozen chocolate?
Right? That'd
It's
be
a little
frozen.
it's a little bit thicker than a chocolate milk, to be honest. Just a little bit.
So, like,
it's
halfway?
Yeah, it's like halfway
Halfway
between a
between
chocolate
the two.
shake and yeah.
It's chocolate heavy whipping cream.
Ew.
Yes,
Ew.
exactly.
Yuck. Okay. Sure. Yeah.
Marcy and Acacia sit down across from each other, and Acacia gives you a very long side eye, as if, like, waiting for something.
Yeah, he just, whenever the drink comes, he just takes it and takes a sip and just, like, stares at her.
Marcy, like, they exchange another glance, and Marcy eventually goes, okay, well, we are all here now, and I don't think any of this is super secret classified information. Not that I would know, because you didn't really tell me exactly.
It's fine, I can keep a secret.
Okay, well, anyway, what is it? And Acacia just kind of heaves a deep breath, and I go, okay, so here's the deal. I got another call from, you know who, friggin' Wallace. I don't know why they moved in here. I don't know why these old men are bothering me about it, because this isn't my purview. This isn't even anywhere near close to what I do. They just think because I live in Oak's old house, and they kind of pause and glance over, you. And then
Wallace.
look back.
Who's Wallace?
Okay, she just kind of goes, can you just... Wallace is an old man, okay? Wallace is an old man that just recently moved here. That just recently moved here and will not get out of my hair about certain things because old men like to be in everybody's business. And he is just so certain that he can just... It doesn't matter.
I know what that's like.
Oh, okay, good, great. Let's just call him an associate. Regardless. They think that just because I live in Oak's old house, I can just download all of this information and conspiracy theory into my brain, and they kind of pause again, glance at V, almost as if expecting that V is gonna interrupt again.
Conspiracy, huh?
We just kind of sigh and go, look, your great-grandfather was a brilliant researcher, okay? But towards the end of his life, he got a little bit, obsessed with certain fringe theories, and I feel like... Yes. Chocolatey milk, yes. But they eventually kind of interrupt themselves and just go, no, look, they're old, okay? They're old. What do you expect? They're old. I don't know what I'm expecting. I understand that they're paranoid, and after what happened in Cerulean, I can't really blame them. And I know it's different. I'm just saying. The thing is, I don't even know what to tell you, okay? I haven't heard... I don't know. I just want to know if you have heard anything about the thing that I sent you, about those weird, phenomenon that you... It sounds more like your cup of tea. You're the one with the ghosts and the weird, creepy, spooky stuff, all of that vibe and whatever. If there's anything, and Marcy just kind of shrugs and goes... Phenomenon. Marcy shrugs and goes, no, I don't even know what to tell you. I haven't really heard of anything around here, and I haven't gotten any weird vibes, and trust me, I'm on top of the weird vibes. That's literally my whole career, but I haven't had any of the visions that you've been talking about.
The only person who hasn't had one is the one who's here.
Yep.
I appreciate that.
I love to see it.
Yep.
Right?
Worked out great. But yeah, Marcy's like, so I don't even know what to tell you, and Acacia just kind of sighs heavily and goes, yeah, okay, I figured as much.
Did they say what the visions were about?
Is that what V says, or are you just thinking out loud?
Oh no, he is talking.
Marcy kind of glances over at V and glances at Acacia and goes, Can I tell him? Acacia's just like, you know what? I've lost all control of my life. Sure, why not?
Poor Acacia.
And Marcy looks back at V and goes, well, Professor Acacia sent me an email and says that there has been some weird phenomenon that's been happening, that's been giving very few specific people weird visions, like hallucinations that don't really make any sense, and they appear to be recurring. I mean, and she kind of looks back at Acacia, stops explaining to V, and suddenly, like, as if thinking aloud through this entire process, goes like, have you asked Ra? Because I feel like this is more Ra's thing. And Acacia immediately goes, no, I mean, yes, I've asked. Don't give me that look. But no, it's not his thing. The thing is, look, the thing is, and at this point they're talking to both V and Marcy.
Wait, what's that?
What?
Ross.
Who's Raz?
Ra's... And Marcy goes,
I need
Ra.
to at least, like, know every part of the party to get an idea.
Marcy goes, Ra's another gym leader, but he's kind of like a researcher. He researches old stuff. And, like a lot of, like, ancient Pokemon. He's really
Like
nerdy.
fossils? Like fossils?
Yeah, like fossils and stuff. And then she looks over. Roll me an insight check, actually.
7.
Okay.
Keep it one.
You have had one good perception check.
I had one perception check that was good for pretty much. It only happens when it's something that I could have figured out.
Yep.
It's fine.
But yeah, Marcy's kind of talking about this very slowly, as if she's kind of thinking as she's saying it. So yeah, Ra's like a gym leader, and he works with, fossils and like a lot of old stuff. So, I don't know, somehow these visions may be linked to fossils, we think, maybe? And she kind of glances back at Acacia and goes, maybe because some people have reported seeing, like, Pokemon that are apparently recorded in history books in these visions, but it's unclear because the main thing is, that it's isolated to the south side of the coast. Marcy, this is why I'm asking you. It's because it's in the islands.
Like down here.
Down here, yes, and that's Marcy's territory, as it were. As a gym leader, this is her purview. And the thing is, it's moving, and Acacia at this point has kind of forgotten the fact that V is not, supposed to be a part of this conversation, is instead getting more into, like, rant mode. And just goes, it's moving, okay? I wouldn't be half as concerned if there was no discernible pattern I could track, but there is, okay? This is why I'm so hesitant to dismiss it as just old man rambling, because there's been a discernible pattern that dates back to...
Do you think it's a Pokemon? Like a moving Pokemon?
Like,
some like psychic Pokemon, they have like the ability to make people see things or sleep or give them dreams, right?
I mean, that's certainly possible. That's kind of what I was thinking initially, and that's why I contacted Marcy, because sometimes ghost Pokemon are able to have these visions, and Marcy kind of nods. And Acacia continues, like, the thing is, this discernible pattern has been cited back to decades ago. That's what's freaking me out. I initially dismissed it, but then I found Oak's notes, your grandfather specifically, but honestly, some of the other Oak's notes, but that cite the same phenomenon, and this has literally been... It's wild how far back it goes, this sort of repeating vision, and it is moving, but it's not just at the same... It's not just like 5 years apart or 10 years apart. There's this weird oscillating frequency that it occurs on, and there's some spots missing where perhaps whoever had these visions was not able to be found or wasn't recorded, but...
How many people? Is it like a lot of people?
Well, that's the thing, is it's only a few. It doesn't happen very often, but it's been happening more often. The first instance, and Acacia kind of reaches down, digs into their bag, and brings out a bunch of just loose leaf paper that seem to be stamped with some sort of, like, print. And some of them do look legitimately very old. It looks to be, an older type of paper, and they kind of, like, look back and goes, some of it is ridiculous. Like, this was recorded nearly 100 years ago, to be honest, but it matches the pattern of the rest of them. It's a vision, and somebody reported seeing something huge, something that sounds an awful lot like an Aerodactyl. Now, obviously, that could have been anything. There's plenty of flying Pokemon that are large enough to have been mistaken for something
Like whatever you're gonna show me.
Yes, like whatever I'm going to show you. But then 20 years later, again, and again, and again, and it's moving. It was originally sighted in a different part of the ocean, but then it's been on the move. And it's not on the move
So
only
is
spatially, but also Sorry, what?
No, it just as you said, it only happens every so often, like 20 years. Is it the same people reporting it? Because you said it's only a couple people.
No, that's kind of the problem. Is it's always a different person, and they're completely unrelated. It's not even family. It's just random people. And they kind of shuffle through the papers and goes, no, it's just whoever. People that have all lived in the islands. The only thing that they have in common is that they all live in the same general geographic area, and it's not even sticking to a single island.
If you can, he'll pick up one of the papers and read it.
Okay. Roll me a d10.
Hey.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. You pick up one of the newer papers, the one that seems to be the most recent. And this paper is dated back to approximately 6 months ago. This is an area in very close to, oh god, what's the starting city for Johto? I always forget this. New Barktown?
I think so.
It's a small island just off the coast of New Barktown. And it seems to be a report of, like, a 35-year-old woman who is, the information and gives that, like, she's just a stay-at-home mother. And she was just out on a shopping trip when suddenly she felt as though she was transported to a completely different world where she was underwater. And she saw something large with many tentacles and a curled shell swim past her. Which, there's a couple of images attached, and you recognize that this is one of the ancient Pokemon that you've studied about in school, that's called Omastar. That's been extinct for a long time. Yeah.
Interesting.
And Acacia's
So
kind of
just-
like,
Yeah, just random people see visions, but only down here.
only down here.
And-
That's the thing, the frequency has been increasing, but it's not been increasing in an exactly exponential graph. I've tried to plot them, and it doesn't quite make a lot of sense. It's weird. It comes almost in pulses. They're much further out, but then there's usually about 2 together, or at least a little bit closer, is from what I could say. It doesn't really make any sense.
Is there a point where it comes out of?
Well,
If it's in like a radius of people who see it?
Acacia puts back the papers on the table and begins to kind of spread them out and goes, I really don't think it's a radius. Here's the thing, I've plotted them out geographically, and they kind of pull out a map, and it's an extended map. It's a map of kind of both the Johto and the Kanto region connected. I realize that this very peppy music is a little bit...
I can't hear it.
Yeah, we've got the music too low to actually hear right now, so.
That's okay. Hold
The
on.
battle music came out hot and heavy, and we're like, oh no, it's gonna trigger all the.
It made it positive.
Oh, did it do the pause
Because
thing?
I don't hear it.
Oh, there it is.
Kind of hear it, yeah.
There we go.
After they changed, it came back.
Yeah, but Acacia kind of spreads out this map and begins to kind of point to some of the dots, and you see now that there is in fact like little post-it notes and also drawn notes, and goes, it's not a radius, it's not occurring in the exact same place, it appears to be moving. And it's not just moving in a way that would be intuitive, it looks like it's happening sometimes in the middle of the sea, sometimes on an island, but it's moving in a generally horizontal direction on this latitude. Which is why I've begun to contact Marcy's, because the last few sightings have been extremely close to actual contour region.
So it's maybe it's like a big Pokemon moving, like giving people visions.
But that's the thing, there's nothing that can... What takes an entire century to move? Either this thing is moving very slowly, or it's going back and forth and somehow doing this on a plotted line. It's not even a straight line, it's just...
Maybe. If it's old Pokemon, then I'm sure it's probably something that's been alive for forever.
Ancient.
Keisha just kind of
Unknowable.
sinks their fingers into their hair and like rubs their face and then slumps and looks at Marcy and goes, "You really got nothing." Marcy just kind of shrugs and goes, I can't think of anything. Not anything that would move such great distances and do this exact thing. I mean, it really does sound like something a little bit more temporal, like what you said Professor Oak used to focus on. I mean, the only other thing I can think about is... And V, you kind of see Marcy gesture very subtly to you. Be like, you can ask the other, Oak Jr. Not this one, I mean. The other one.
Not Oak Junior.
Yeah. I mean, I hear that he used to work on the stuff, or at least he, tried to do some work with his grandfather's research, so...
Did he?
They both kind of look at you.
I mean, I don't know. He didn't really tell me about the stuff that he worked on, but I haven't ever heard of him talk about anything about temporal or visions or any of that stuff.
Keisha kind of sighs and goes, no, he doesn't really
Talk.
work on it anymore.
Why not?
Keisha kind of glances back at Marcy. Marcy glances back at Keisha. Roll me another insight check. This is a different thing. Let's see how bad your bad luck is. Wow!
Go. It finally
When
gave
it
you
comes
one.
to your father that you hate,
Right, he's paying attention to that.
He's paying attention
Apparently.
to that. Weirdly enough, this has the strangest sense of, like, not that they're hiding something from you directly, but this has the same vibe of, like, two adults who are unsure about whether or not they can talk about something with a child present. It's not something you like, but they're both kind of looking at each other being like, do we say the thing, or should we just kind of leave it and pretend we're not gonna do anything?
He scowls a little bit, it's just like, tell me. Don't give me that crap.
Roll of persuasion.
Saw that look every day of my fucking childhood life. Persuasion?
Mhm.
So I see this is what's important to me.
Anything to do with his dad? Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much, apparently.
Acacia kind of rubs their face again, looks at Marcy, and Marcy just kind of shrugs and goes, "Don't ask me, I'm not exactly a responsible one, and I mean... Acacia looks back at you and goes, look, it's not like we're trying to keep secrets from you, it's just... I thought maybe you knew, but your father used to want to be a researcher. He didn't really want to be a gym leader. He doesn't like to do it. It's not really his passion. He was going to become his own Pokemon professor.
I thought he turned that down. He didn't want it.
They kind of look at each other again and go, as far as I know, he didn't really turn it down as much as he had to step away for various reasons. There was some people pressuring him to stop the research that he was pushing forward with, and things got kind of dicey, and, look, I don't want to talk about things I personally don't know about, because I don't know all the details either, but Marcy at this point leans forward, and she is unusually serious in this moment. You've never really seen her quite this serious. But she goes, look, V, your dad, he's kind of like...
What?
He's a really smart
Just
guy. He's not nice, but he's a smart guy.
Shit.
And he started doing some research about stuff that she kind of looks around a little bit and goes, the Sylph company was doing, and they didn't really like it, so they kind of started threatening him pretty badly. And the Indigo League offered to protect him, but he needed to become a gym leader to do it, and he pushed back for a long time, but after a while, I think there was an incident. I'm not sure about the detail, because this was like before I became a gym leader, but I heard that they tried to, send somebody into his house, and he kind of freaked out, and he said yes, and decided to, give up the researching life and take their offer.
What was he researching with Sylph?
Marcy looks at Acacia, and Acacia just kind of shakes her head and goes, I wish I could tell you. He took all that stuff with him. I think he might have destroyed it just to be safe.
Alright.
It's kind of an awkward silence. Acacia goes,
Cold
anyway.
I know.
Sorry, what did you say, kid?
Said your cold chocolate is getting hot.
Yeah, it's warming up.
Damn it. I don't...
Acacia just kind of looks around and actually reaches over and kind of puts their hand on your shoulder and goes, V, listen, I know that you're a kid, but you're also old enough to know that there's some people out there that are pretty power hungry to the extent that they will not stop at anything, and it might not be a good idea to go asking your dad about it, because there's a good chance that whoever targeted him before is still watching him now to see if he steps out of line, and if they think that you're a way to pressure him into revealing something, they're not going to stop themselves from, potentially targeting you as well.
I don't think they'd have too much luck with that, but they could try.
The idea is that we don't want them to try. Marcy
You know
just
what would
kind
be
of
really unfortunate? If V had been personally pissing off Sylphco in the past week by calling them out on all that, man. It's definitely complications.
Yeah.
Wow, that would be unfortunate. But Marcy just kind of goes, look, I don't want anything to happen to you because you seem like a good kid, and also I don't want Gary fucking Oak, part of my language, on my fucking butt, because he scares me a little bit, because when he gets angry, he gets real angry, and I've been at those Indigo League meetings, and, I'd rather not do anything to endanger you, because...
Sure.
Anyway, this is getting kind of outside of the... Sorry. And Acacia just kind of goes, okay, hey, you want to see a Pokemon?
Yes. Yes, I
Cool,
do.
excellent. Finish up your cold chocolate. Let's go outside.
Can I take this with me? I'm taking it with me.
Take what? What did you take?
The cold chocolate. I'm taking it
The
with
cold
me.
chocolate, yes.
He just walks out with the glass.
It's just a little klepto.
Acacia just kind of goes, you know what? Nope, it's none of my business. I don't care.
What is this thing?
Alright.
Show me.
Show me. Okay. There's gonna be 2 V's for a second.
Okay.
Oh god. Marcy and
They're so big.
Acacia are so big. They walk out after you. Marcy's just like, okay, just do it quickly before she kills me, cause like I'm gonna get my rewards card revoked. And I kind of really
That's
like
fine.
it there.
It's fine, don't worry about it.
Acacia's like, fine. I gotta head over anyways. I was planning to keep going and see if I can do some research on my own. And they take out a Pokeball and throw it up. And out drops a Tropius. It's pretty...
V immediately, like, goes over to it.
It kind of looks down at you and bends its head down curiously.
Come here. Like, tries to reach up to pat it on the head.
You can definitely do it. It's a large Tropius. Most Tropius, as you're probably Pokedexing it, I'm guessing.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Most Tropius appear to be about human height. They're rarely over 6 feet tall, actually, but this one's pretty chonky, or chonky as in like
big.
tall. Yeah, he's pretty big. His big wings that very much match the palm trees all around you guys are kind of spreading out, and he's sunning himself. But then he also reaches down and begins to like kind of bite at some of your hair.
It looks like it has bananas. Are those real bananas? Do they just look like bananas?
I mean,
What are the leaves made of?
They're called Tropius fruit. The leaves are kind of like a mixed vascular system, but it's got, you know...
Is it like a leaf or wing?
I mean, it's kind of both. They're leaves, technically, but they're reinforced so they can function like wings.
He just tries to start, like, climbing Tropius.
Acacia doesn't stop you, and the Tropius just kind of lets you do it. There's a little seat back there. It looks like he's, like, equipped for somebody to ride him.
Just, like, reaches out and pats the wings. Bye!
Are you trying to get it to go up?
No, he's just, like, reaching out to, like, touch the wings and, like... And on, like, the top of its head, and... Pretty much just, like, climbing it like a jungle gym.
Yeah. Acacia's just kind of chilling. They're like, yeah, Chrysophase is pretty chill. Marcy turns to them and goes, like, you gotta stop. Like, Chris is, fine, but Chrysophase? And Acacia
I
just
have no idea what that means. What does it mean?
Chrysophase? It's like a gem or something, right? And Acacia goes, yeah,
It's a yellow gemstone, right?
It's a greenish gemstone. Chrysoprase. Sorry, Chrysoprase, technically. I'm pronouncing it wrong.
Praise. Because I want to say that the Gunbreaker Soulstone in Final Fantasy XIV Earth is a Chrysophase. I just think it's like there's a different one that's yellow instead of green, and I know there's a qualifying term for it.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That is too complicated to say, so I'm gonna call it...
you can call him Chris.
It's even harder to spell.
But anyways.
I'm gonna call him Leaf.
Leaf.
While you're climbing up on it, Acacia and Marcy seem to be quietly talking amongst themselves. Acacia's kind of shoving all the loose leaf paper and maps and everything back into their bag. You don't really hear what they're talking about, but Acacia kind of begins to point off in a generally eastern direction. And Marcy also begins to point, and you guess that they're probably talking about wherever Acacia's gonna go next, essentially.
Yeah, that's okay. He's distracted.
Okay.
This is all he wanted. He wanted to play with the giant Pokemon.
Flying thing.
Okay. Are you?
V's gonna get a random text message in garbled English. It's just like V Magmies, but it's horribly misspelled.
Magma.
What that means? So okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Are you
follow
ever
up.
going back to your friends, or are you just kind of here now?
Not for a little while. He's gonna go find. I guess before Marcy leaves, or if she does leave, but he'll ask her to take him to the beach that she was talking about that had like the ghost Pokemon.
Okay. Yeah, Marcy goes, oh, yeah, sure. It's actually on this part of the island. You gotta climb over some rocks, but I can take you if you want. The gym doesn't open for a while, so...
Yeah, first of all, good luck getting him off Tropius, but...
Acacia's like, I have a solution for that. And they pull out a Pokeball and just point it.
Oh, it's cheating! You can't do that!
That was my immediate thought.
You can't do that! No!
Checkmate.
He's just like hugging Tropius by the neck, just like yelling at her, you can't do this to me!
Acacia's like, how come you like this one but you don't like Jade?
Because she's mean to me!
Jade
I didn't do anything!
is fair and she's a good judge of character.
Nuh-uh.
And Marcy's like, hey V, I'm
What's up?
leaving and I'm going to the
No,
beach.
No!
I'm leaving without you.
No! But can we take Tropius with?
Marcy's like, sure. And Acacia's like, no.
He just gets off and starts trying to like tug Tropius towards this way.
Roll me an animal handling.
At 20, let's see it. Come on.
I already had my one for the next 2 weeks though.
Oh,
15.
that's right. 'Cause you get to use that racial trait.
I get to use it a lot.
Yes. You start to begin to tug Tropius, and you kind of accidentally tug it by one of its fruit, and it makes like a weird little upset dinosaur noise that just goes
Oh, no.
and pulls back.
Sorry, I didn't mean.
But yeah,
No.
you comfort it back, and it seems to like you enough to like kind of lick your forehead a little bit. And it follows you for a while, but then it kind of stops. It stops and looks back at Acacia and is like, why are we going this way? My trainer is over there.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
But Acacia goes, yeah, sorry buddy, we're gonna have to leave. Okay, you made a new friend, I'm very proud of you.
You don't have to leave yet. You're not in a hurry. It's fine. We'll go to the beach. Let's go hang out.
Roll a persuasion.
You look like you could use a break.
Marcy turns around and looks up at Acacia and goes, yeah, come on, you can use a break. Roll with advantage, roll again.
Mark's gonna help.
Worse.
Acacia's like, that doesn't work on me. Alright, I got work to do. Thanks for your
No,
help,
you don't.
Marcy.
You can wait.
Have
I've been waiting for
fun.
hundreds of years.
No, that's the problem. Like, it's speeding up, so I gotta figure it out before it... Ugh.
Culminates and explodes.
Ugh.
No, I'm sure
Okay.
it's fine. Just go away.
Come on, Chris,
And then there'll
we're
be-
leaving.
Come back another 20 years. It's fine.
Marcy kind
Fine.
of steps aside. There's a couple of sweeping wings as the Tropius begins to kick the air up under itself and then slowly takes off. And
So big.
it's really lumbering. But its wings begin to beat at an unusually fast pace, almost more like a bumblebee's wings.
Weird.
And then it
It would have
slowly
to.
begins to even it out. It catches an air current, and you just see Acacia kind of waving before they head
Weird.
over in that direction.
How does it even fly?
It's the bumblebee of aerodynamics.
It is
Its wings
the
make
bumblebee.
no sense.
It is. Tropius is the bumblebee of aerodynamics.
I don't even know how that works. Alright.
Our understanding of the laws of aerodynamics state that a bumblebee's wings should not be able to make its body fly, and yet.
And yet, we are not doing this, you guys. Not here.
Whatever. Let's go to the beach.
Okay.
Come hang out with me at the beach.
It's been a
Marcy's like,
shitty day.
okay. Yeah, you look like you've had a shitty day, that's for sure. Okay. And Marcy will go ahead and follow you to the beach. Now, I do want to go back to our other heroes while V goes and makes his day a little bit better.
I imagine Milo and Kid every time they mentioned like people are seeing stuff in the past. One of them sneezes.
Probably.
Man, I keep getting this weird feeling like I should be somewhere else right now.
Someone else should be here hearing this conversation.
But I'm here. But no.
Well, it's up to V now to connect the two events.
You're right.
Or not.
Before you switch back, also, V will also ask Marcy about, like, hanging out at the gym and maybe, like, Lily could help.
Oh, yeah.
And possibly not be awful.
Okay. Marcy will gladly take you up on that offer. She says, yeah, we can probably, honestly, yeah. Some of my Ghastly, they've been doing it for a long time, so it kind of gets a little bit boring for them, but we should have a lot of trainers coming, so if you want to, you know, kind of join the team for the night, or you can also just leave Lily with me, but I know the Pokemon usually do better if the trainer's with them.
I want to fight against the team that I am currently, like, with, because that would be hilarious.
The team that you're currently with is in, like,
Like, our group of friends.
Or your group of friends. Oh, I see. You want the Ghastly to stop?
I want to be on the other side, on the other team this time. And kick their asses.
Marcy
I
goes...
want to be the bad guy.
Marcy goes...
Exactly.
Well,
I want to be the bad guy.
okay. I mean... I guess maybe if you find a ghost Pokemon at the beach, we can maybe hire you for a night. Yeah, I guess Corin's been saying he's wanted to take days off to go and have some date with his girlfriend. Anyway.
Ew, gross.
Ew.
But, I mean, either that or I could just borrow... If I don't find another ghost Pokemon, I could borrow one of his Pokemon.
They're not gonna really listen to you. Well... Because they're not yours.
But if
How
I just
about-
borrow it...
Yeah, no, that's not gonna work. Let's just get you a ghost Pokemon. See what you find.
What if I do borrow it?
And
I
then
mean,
maybe-
see, that is, like, the best solution is I would like to find another ghost Pokemon.
Well, let's go to the beach, and then I'll take you to all my best haunts.
Yeah.
And you guys head off. We'll have to revisit that later.
Yes.
But...
Now I'm excited. Now I get to be the bad guy, and I get to beat you guys up. That'd be hilarious.
Milo gets back to the gym, and V is there being like, I work here now.
This is my job now.
This is where
I swap
the
teams.
ghosts
I have-
understand me.
I have new friends.
It's that Toy Story meme where Andy dropping Woody like, I don't want to play with you anymore.
But it's just me dropping Milo. Oh my god, no.
Yo.
That would hurt so bad. Milo would be so crushed.
Milo has worked so hard for to help out me. Oh no. Anyways, you guys on the other side of the city, honestly, it's probably getting pretty dark at this point. Hold on. Yeah.
Darkness.
It's about time. It's getting dark over where V is as well, but you
But
guys.
that's good, because that's
Yeah, that's where the ghost Pokemon. That's when the ghost Pokemon come out. But yeah, you guys leave the gym. The sun is setting. V is nowhere to be found. What are you doing?
Kid sent his message when
a
kids-
garbled mess of something about Miss Grabblies.
burgle balls. Milo will also send a text message to V just saying, hey, we're heading to the Pokemon Center. then off to wherever for dinner. I don't know if we coordinated where we were going to eat, but we'll find somewhere to eat and let you know where we're at. Hope everything's okay, and then just see you soon? Question mark. And send it, and then look at the rest.
Remagversing.
Yes. All right.
Then he'll look at the others and be like, all right, well, Pokemon Center, let's get our boys and girls all healed up, and then dinner. Yeah.
Dinner.
Ice cream after dinner. Definitely getting dessert. It's definitely that kind of night right now.
It's a dessert kind of night.
It's a dessert kind of
It
night.
feels like a dessert kind of night right now. I don't know. There's just something in the air. But go drop everybody off and then find somewhere not the cafe to have dinner since we had brunch there.
That's fine. Please forgive me, for I do not have any other cafes in my
Back to the cafe.
The
itinerary.
cafe.
So just pretend. Pick one of these buildings, and it can be a nice little like restaurant. Right here. This is a restaurant. Sure, yeah.
This looks like a nice little restaurant. Let's eat here.
Yes. Thank you.
Sure.
All right.
Oh no. Does V reply at all?
I guess that's it to me, yeah. You probably get this text right as you're kind of walking down to the beach that Marcy told you about.
Probably not, because he wants to go find a ghost Pokemon. And he's just kind of radio quiet for the rest of the night, probably.
We'll get one more message as we find here to eat. We're eating at a nice little restaurant down the street from the Pokemon Center.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh, actually, you know what?
Guys-
Can you all, no, you know what? I'm not even gonna make you guys roll for this. Because I know that eventually one person in the group, since it's a larger group, would make it. As you guys walk out of the gym and are heading towards the Pokemon Center, you see a large shadow pass overhead. And there is a gigantic flying Pokemon with, like, 4 wings zooming over all of you. And then it very quickly heads towards the other side of the city and kind of disappears.
Did that look like a person on that Pokemon's back?
Do we know what it is?
Yeah,
Like,
roll me an Arcana check. Nobody's from Hoenn, but...
No.
Okay. I would say, Milo, you probably recognize... Tropius are pretty distinct. You probably do recognize that this is a Tropius.
They're giant tree dinosaurs.
They're
It's
giant
either a
tree
Tropius or a Bayleaf that's learned how to fly.
Yes.
Anything's possible.
It just
Anything's
spins its
possible.
little leaf like a helicopter. Yeah, Moel's like, a bay leaf. Oh, you know, if it spins its leaf like a helicopter blade, you think it could take off? I kind of want to try that with Maggie.
They're plants. They gotta be light.
Yeah, I mean, I thought about the plant nature of it. Maybe.
Trees are heavy. They're plants.
Yeah. Also true.
Probably got little, like, plant bird bones, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe that's it.
I don't
Maybe
know
it
about
doesn't even have
that.
bones. Maybe it's got, like, filament.
Tropius is definitely all.
Yeah.
We just have dinner, converse over the random oddities of Pokemon and the weirdness of the world. We don't see V.
No, you. I
Don't
assume you
return.
kind of don't. So I guess we'll have to. I just didn't want to leave you guys in case you wanted to
No, I
talk
hear
about
you.
something or do anything. But
I mean,
The only thing kids thinking about is going to that place, but it's way too late to do that.
yeah.
Going
First
to
thing in the
the
morning, he's gonna beeline.
to the volcano. Yes, that is true.
Do I challenge the gym tonight without V? That's the question. Do I go there tonight? He looks over at Moel and Toa. When are you guys planning on going? Because it opens in like an hour and a half, 2 hours, somewhere in there. Maybe a little bit more. I don't know. It's hard to tell time.
Moel kind of checks her phone for the time and goes, "Man, I don't know. I'm feeling really pumped because I technically, I won, and that was really cool. I didn't realize that I could win. It feels really good." And she kind of like, there's a fire in her eyes. She's like, I didn't know I was capable of this. She kind of eventually turns to Toa and goes, "What do you think, big guy? Should we head over there? I mean, can we even... What's the gym like? Are you going to tell us, or are you just going to keep it a secret?"
We don't want to spoil it for you.
Right?
Yeah.
You don't want all of the... Like, Kid's already got his badge, and I'm already completed the challenge, so I'll probably just skip the line, go fight the gym leader, and see if I can get my badge tonight. If you guys wanted to do that tonight while you're going through the gym challenge, but yeah, that's the only other thing. We just have to wait for all our Pokemon to be healed, but that should be done whenever we're done with dinner.
I guess I do want to try to challenge it tonight. And she kind of glances at Toa and goes, "Are you gonna, do the badges? Because I know you don't want to." And Toa just kind of sighs and goes, "Yeah, I'll do it."
There you go.
Hell yeah, that's the spirit.
That's the spirit.
Alright, then the plan is to eat, rest until the gym opens, and then go and bang down Marcy's door and challenge her to a rematch, because Lou hitting level 3 lets me change his moves around so I can take... I had to take out counter. It's either counter or quick attack, and counter is mostly useful.
Yeah.
Quick attack is stupid useful. But now I have
But now
foresight.
you can punch ghosts.
I can punch ghosts. I can hit a ghost with paint. It's pretty great.
Okay. Alright, so that is the plan.
I think so.
In which case, you guys are you guys good to keep playing, or did you wanna stop here?
I wouldn't be able to do a gym battle tonight, but I can get up to there and let V do some exploration of the beach and see what they can find.
Scare the shit out of Moel.
Ah, yes.
That would be all he wants at this point, is to scare the shit out of Moel.
It's like a payback.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So petty.
Oh yeah.
Great.
Petty's like his middle
I
name.
know.
Okay.
I mean,
Well.
it would actually work as a pretty good middle name too, because it'd be Violet Petty Oak.
Yep.
It works too well.
It works too well.
Yeah. All right. Well, you and Moel are heading down south. You come to a part of the island which is pretty much covered in what appears to have been at one point like crusted over magma, which has turned into like a fine black sand. There's still palm trees and stuff growing out of here, but this part of the island appears to have been, at least in some capacity, hit by the historical volcanic eruption. Which is kind of what Marcy also tells you about. And she goes, there's kind of a reason that there's a lot of ghost Pokemon here, and you have to kind of be mindful of that. You have to be respectful. So, a lot of these creatures, now I know that Acacia, Professor Acacia.
Is their name really Gatlin?
Marcy just kind of glances at you and goes, yeah, is it? Funny.
Interesting. Do you know Where did that come from?
I don't know.
I guess maybe they wouldn't know, but
I mean, they're from Unova, or, well, rather, they're from Alola, and then one of their parents is from Unova, and they studied in university in Unova, and I don't know.
interesting.
So it could be a Unova name. Could be. Don't think it's an Alola name.
How do you spell that? I definitely need to call them that.
No, don't. No, they're gonna blame me. Please. Ah.
Oh, Marcy. Oh, no.
I mean, you could tell me, or I could spell it really badly.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it's just Gatlan. I don't. Yeah.
That's close to what I was gonna guess. Alright.
Marcy's spilling all the secrets.
Good.
Well, not all of them. There's still a few more.
All of them.
But she's kind of like picking her way through the rocks and the rubble across the black sand. What was I talking about before this shit? The ghost Pokemon.
Ghosts.
Yes, the ghosts.
Right. But, like, I get it. I mean, I got Lily because she was all alone and needed a friend. That's really all I'm looking for. I don't want to force something to come with me because I like it, but...
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like I said, Gatlin always complains because nobody really knows where ghost Pokemon come from, and I understand that that can be kind of scary to think about, but I personally don't think they're exactly the same as just dead people. It's a little bit more complicated than that. It's more like they exist because of a wish that somebody had when they died that lived on after them.
Yeah. I mean, it seems like there's at least part of them still in there. When I got Lily, I don't know if it was just like a hypnosis and she gave me a dream, or it was just like, not a vision, but I saw, I think, who she used to be.
Marcy just kind of nods.
Just a girl.
That's
so there has to be
crazy, but that's awesome. I mean, the fact that you could connect with her like that.
Yeah, and there has to be some part of them left over. So whether it's just a dead person turning into a Pokemon, or if it's just part of their soul, whatever's left, I guess, manifested.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think they're cool.
They're very cool. And super confusing, and they can be kind of complicated at times because, there's trauma and stuff connected to that, but,
Yeah. But isn't everybody?
She kind of grins and looks at you a little bit more sadly and goes, "All right, come on. What are you looking for? And maybe I can try to help. What do you want to find?"
I don't know what all the options are. Just something cool.
Well, there's a lot of Ghastly, but you already have one of those, so I don't think you'd be super interested in that.
Maybe not.
Like I said, well, I caught my pal, my Palisand here when it was a little Sandygast, and it was one of the first Pokemon I caught. So he's been with me for a long time, but I know that there's more Sandygast out here. This is kind of like their place. And they're pretty easy to see because they most of them blend in to the sand, except for then they don't because they pop up because the sand is black.
Right, move around a little bit.
Yep.
I mean, the sandy ghasts are cute. I don't know, I just want something interesting, something different.
Okay. Well, let's see what we can find. I recommend just walking around. We should probably split up And just try to walk around and look at the environment and see what you can find. Sometimes they like to hang out by, I don't want to say where they died. It's more complicated than that, but sometimes they have things that they're hanging on to.
Yeah. All right.
And Marcy just kind of wanders off in one direction, and you can wander off in another. And roll me a investigation check, please. 9. Okay. Let's see. On a 9. Okay. As you're wandering around, it takes you a little while, but you do find what seems to be like a piece of metal embedded partially in the sand. And as you reach down to pick it up, you see that there is actually a couple of ghastly that are just kind of hovering around by where the surf is, where the surf is brushing up on the sand. They don't seem to notice you for now, but it's just those 2 ghastly.
He'll just watch them for a minute and then go back to digging out whatever the metal piece was.
Okay. You continue to dig out the metal piece, and after a while, you kind of unearth it, and it's a weird rectangular half-melted piece of metal, but it feels familiar. There's plastic parts to it as well, and what appears to have at one point been a screen, but it doesn't look like a phone. It looks almost like a Game Boy.
Interesting.
And as you're kind of digging it out, you see something else as well. It looks like a little piece of fabric that's wrapped around and kind of hooked on a part of the metal of the melted Game Boy.
Reach out to touch that.
Okay. It feels weird and crusty, like it's been burned, but you recognize this to be I don't know how to describe it. It's not like a t-shirt or anything. You've not discovered a dead body. It feels like a piece of Pokemon,
I don't know why
kids!
they called me off guard. Yeah. Like, you kids want to see a dead body?
Yeah, literally.
Do I have to report this? Do I just leave it here?
We live in a world where wild monsters live everywhere. Dead bodies
It's
are common. They don't need to be reported. They'll be eaten.
Yeah.
Bury that.
Nature will take care of it for us.
But as you kind of reach down, you realize that this seems to be, and begin to pull that out a little more, you see that this is some sort of like, basically what used to be once a children's toy. Do you pull it out all the way, I suppose is the question.
Yeah.
Okay. You unearth it, and it seems to have been here for a while. It's only really the head of it survives fully, and the rest of its body is kind of in tatters, but as you kind of pull it out and turn it to face you and cradle it a little bit more gently in your arms, you see suddenly that there appear to be 2 slits where the eyes used to be. And as you peer closer, the eyes suddenly open and look at you. Is it a baby? It does appear to be a baby.
Oh, hi.
It kind of blinks at you a couple of times. What are you doing?
He just very gently takes it up into his hands and lifts it up towards his face and just, hello.
Roll me a poker handling check.
16.
Oh, 16. Not bad, not bad. Yeah. It doesn't attack you or anything. It seems more confused than anything. It looks up at you, and there's a little mouth underneath it, and at first it's not smiling, but as you bring it up closer, it kind of very tentatively, gently gives you a tiny grin, and then you see it begin to float up out of your hands. And just kind of hover in front of you.
What are you? You're so small. So small. I don't know. What do you give a ghost? Do ghosts eat babies? Taking one from Kid's book.
Yep. It kind of circles you a couple of times and turns around and begins to peer back at you. And then, weirdly enough, as you're kind of thinking about this, it begins to kind of nuzzle back into your hands and settles back as if it wants to be held.
Yeah, I mean he'll just hold him and just trying to see if I have anything like small, like to play with the.
This Shuppet ain't going anywhere. You rolled a really good animal handling. It's like, oh, I live here now.
My friend.
This is my life now.
I have found. It's the opposite of I don't want to play with you anymore. It's the oh, you want to play with me? I have a purpose.
He'll just dig through his pockets and try to find something and like pull out the key that he stole from his dad's office and just like play with the Shuppet.
Okay. Yeah, it's very eager to play with you. It kind of bounces up every once in a while. It is capable of hovering, but it seems to be less intent on hovering and more intent on just playing, and every once in a while it settles back into your hands just to make sure that you're still willing to hold it again, and then chases the key again. At one point it takes the key from your hands and swallows it, and you're like, hey, no. But then it just passes through its body.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't stop it, actually. I would be curious, like, does it work?
It disappears for a while, and then it grows a little bit more translucent, and you see the key fall back out onto the sand.
He'll just all right, don't be scared. I'm just gonna did I grab my Pokemon? Did I have time?
No, I don't know if you did.
I was thinking about that too. But if we were in there long enough for it to be dark, then there probably was enough time.
I just don't know if he went back because we went to the beach.
Yeah, you went to the beach immediately after is the thing.
But you were going to catch Pokemon.
Yeah, right? I don't... He also didn't... I don't know, because like we were going to go to the beach to catch Pokemon, but he also didn't really want to run into you guys.
Yeah, that's also fair.
I leave it up to you. You could, of course, just try to catch it. But
yeah, he was gonna introduce Lily, but he kind of like reaches for his belt and just, Alright. Let's see. I can't remember. Okay, yeah, those are those. But he'll just take out one of his regular Pokeballs and just kind of hold it out to the Shuppet and like he was doing with the key, like let it play with it.
Okay.
See if it's interested.
Okay. Yeah, it kind of drifts down to the Pokeball and begins to kind of, using the lower part of its body, essentially just brush up against it and roll it back and forth on the beach. And after a while, it looks at you and blinks a couple of times and looks down at the Pokeball.
Do you want to go in? It's cozy in there.
Kind of looks back down at the Pokeball. Roll me an animal handling. We'll consider this your... You know what? At an advantage, because it does like you. Roll me another animal handling. We'll consider this basically your Pokemon.
Okay.
Oh,
there we go.
Look at
An
that.
actual good roll.
An actual good roll. Yes, absolutely. After a while, after looking at, back and forth, it suddenly reaches down and it bonks its head directly on the Pokeball and is enveloped in light, and you see the Pokeball wiggle once, wiggle twice, and you're like, come on, come on. And then it clicks.
Hey.
Do you want me to roll the new Pokemon thing, or do you want to roll the new Pokemon thing?
Okay, we haven't had a new Pokemon in a while. Oh shit. Okay. I want to roll it. What do I roll?
2D100s.
2D100s. Yes. So 2D100s. The first one will be gender. The second will be shiny. So the first one is gender. Okay, I think that's a girl.
Probably.
Second
Yeah.
is
All of my
shiny.
Pokemon. D100.
Aw.
T and
One of these days, 69.
One of these
We're
days.
gonna get the worst part is gonna be we're gonna get it on one of the Pokemon that like the shiny is literally just a shade lighter.
all right.
Yeah.
One of the most
100%,
boring
yes.
ones.
Or it's gonna be one of the ones like Scissor, where normal
You can't
Scissor
even
looks
fucking
dope,
tell.
but shiny Scissor is
Looks
just
awful.
like puke
Oh
green.
god.
Oh yeah, that's right. Hold on. I gotta check what the nature.
I caught a shiny Scyther in that Emerald Roguelite I've been playing, and I was like, all right, dope, I'm gonna make this a Scissor, like, because it was like a shade darker in green, so I was like, I hope it's like a shade darker red,
Right.
because it would look like a bloodish metal red. It would look so dope. Nah, it's like puke green.
Oh,
I was
like a turquoise boy.
poor little,
God.
poor little
Alright.
ugly Scissor had to just go in the box forever.
You know what? You know what's gonna be worse? Our luck is probably Blur is probably gonna get a shiny.
Shit before us, probably.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
Yeah.
It's
Toad will fetch one. It'll be the only other Pokemon he has. It'll be like a shiny Magikarp, and he'll have a red Gyarados or something.
amazing. Okay, so give me 1 sec. I might override the nature because it says grumpy.
No, he's not grumpy.
He's not
Or
grumpy.
she's,
I might
she's not
over-
grumpy.
Do you want to? Do you want to roll the nature again?
One
We'll
more
leave it
try.
up to chance, but I don't think
Alright.
grumpy fits.
Right, not quite. 8?
8 is clumsy. Interesting.
I can see that.
Clumsy.
It kind
Yeah,
of
would
bonked. It kind of bonked its head a little bit harder than
Right?
it meant to in the Pokeball.
Smacked his head into the Pokeball.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Definitely better than grumpy.
Okay. How do you do that white thing that you did with the...
Oh, that's so. How did I do that? I always have to like look at it in order to figure it out.
I swear I figured it out. Recent color, more color. Is it a table?
It was. Oh boy, what did I do?
I think before you like copied it. and
I
pasted
did
it
copy.
into
I'm just gonna
yours.
freaking copy it as well.
Yeah, I remember how I did. No, I don't. No, I'm not gonna lie. I don't remember.
Nah, I don't.
Do you want to name your Shuppet anything?
Oh boy. I might need a couple minutes to think, but
That's fine.
I mean, if we wanna, if there was anything else Kid wanted to do, we could do that. But
No, I mean, like I said, we kind of got the battles in. He's already got his badge. The only thing he's really thinking about now is seeing if he can find a Magby egg. So I'm good. V can keep going.
Okay. You can definitely keep going and see what else you catch.
I mean, I'm always I'm down to keep looking around, but I guess I now have one Pokemon I can battle with if need be.
Let's see. Clumsy. 2 dexterity minus wisdom. Okay.
I'm sure that's fine.
Clumsy is a adds dexterity?
No. Wait.
Minus 2 dexterity.
No.
Plus 2 wisdom. It's gotta be.
I don't know.
No, it says plus dexterity minus wisdom. I don't know why clumsy is plus dexterity.
He's still clumsy, but he's just faster.
Yeah, he's
right?
just
Okay.
fast, but not very good about
Faster
it.
clumsy. Maybe that's why he's clumsy, is because he's too fast.
Maybe. Yeah, weirdly enough, the dexterity goes up with. There we go. I'm just gonna really quickly adjust this. Oh, and can you roll me 1d4 for odds and evens?
Yeah. Is 4.
Evens. Okay. Cool. I have added your Shuppet.
Chubby.
Shuppet. Shuppet. Okay. You
Yeah.
have a little shovel now.
I'm definitely down to
Yeah.
keep like wandering around and keep looking for stuff though, because I got my new one, which is awesome, but I also like he just wants ghost Pokemon
Okay.
in general.
Okay.
Oh.
All the ghosts.
Oh, there's a ghost. Go ahead and roll me another investigation check then.
Great. I also need to remember that. Okay.
I thought of it earlier when we were talking about the Magmar,
Whoops.
and I just forgot to mention it. I just thought of it again. But that Magmar, you talked up how beefy it was. You made Kid like, don't go up there. That thing's powerful. That's just gonna be the next Gloom. You know that, right? We're gonna gang up, and it's gonna be our boss fight where we group up together.
Don't beat it up. It's laying eggs.
No,
It's
well, we
a
gotta take its egg. So it's gonna be eggy, and it's gonna have to be like, nah, you gotta be small again, buddy. You gotta go
But
away.
I mean, if it's just been laying eggs for 2 years, maybe it won't mind if we just take one.
It's tired. It needs a nap anyway.
I don't want all these children. Get rid of them.
Why do I have
Not only is it just like a dope Pokemon, but if we could get eggs, that means we don't have to trade Pokemon out because it hasn't hatched yet, so we could just carry it around until we actually hit level 5.
Oh,
you know?
I see. You're gaming the system. I
Yes.
understand. Yes. Look, Cade, I can add some levels to a Pokemon. You know that, right?
Yeah.
And I will. I've learned
Oh,
my lesson with Gloom. I will.
Can you imagine if one of if Lil Milo or Moral Compass caught the Magmar?
Oh no. Would it continue to just keep laying eggs? Or are you just gonna have a menagerie of fucking Magmar eggs?
Magmar's
like-
like they're your responsibility now. Welcome to parenthood.
If we go into that fight against the Magmar, and like, I don't know, say we get into a random battle with like the Fire Island equivalent of Apom. Those, what are the little There were 3 of the monkeys. There was a grass
yes,
water.
yes.
I know what you're talking
Yeah,
about. The
those
one
weird
who-
fuckers.
when he evolves, he's got his wrists really
Ugh.
limp for some reason.
Yeah.
I hate those things.
Yeah,
so weird.
I hate them as well, but they're what I think of as annoying Pokemon. They attack
I'm not-
us in the woods or something as we're walking through to get to the Magmar Den, weaken our Pokemon a little. We get to the Magmar Den. If we get that Magmar down with 2 of us with 1 Pokemon left and 1 of us completely out, that's a good fight in my opinion. That's a damn good fight. Because that's a lot of experience for all our boys.
Hey, I'm not
Just
gonna
like
lie,
that.
I like that grass monkey one though.
The grass
No,
monkey one, saves me sage? Saves me sage?
Yeah.
Yeah, Simisage.
Yeah,
Simisage.
Simisage. That was what it is.
Simisear and Simipour.
Yeah,
Yes.
Simisear,
Yeah,
Simipour, Simisage.
They're all weird.
Tepig was my starter of choice. So I got the dome I thought it was dumb at first because they make you fight the water when I was like, oh, these first stage monkeys are dumb, and then it evolves and it's just a fucking pompadoured fucking grass monkey. I was like, okay, you know what, you kind of swung me. I'm kind of here for it now.
Yep. All right. And I believe your investigation is what, 6?
It was the 6 because I didn't have advantage, but
Okay.
yeah, her name's Sandra, and she dumb. She's so dumb. She's got an 8 intelligence.
Yeah, those Pokemon are pretty.
Poor dumb Pokemon baby.
I mean, honestly, that's pretty smart for a Pokemon. Most of them have 6.
Do they?
Let me see that.
Yes.
I can't even remember. Look up Luz. 'Cause Luz
Most
is fighting
Pokemon are 6
Okay.
across the board. So actually,
Yeah,
8
eight,
intelligence
right.
is quite
Okay,
good.
well maybe he's.
Right.
She's
6
a
for
bird.
Piper.
Yep.
Dumb bird.
I love Piper. She's so great to lead with because you throw out a Pidgey and people are like, it's a
Okay.
Pidgey. But then she starts hitting you and you're like, all right, that's actually a Pidgey.
Yeah. That's a Pidgey.
A lot of
Have
them
you
do
ever
that.
been attacked by a bird?
Right. Pretty much all of them are pretty dumb.
Yep.
Alright, cool.
Yep. The only Pokemon that have like above and beyond intelligence are ones that use it as an actual thing. So a lot of them are like psychic and
Right.
ghost types end up having a high intelligence, but
Dude, look for him, mischievous.
That would be interesting. I want to. I know I'm not gonna ever find one, but I want a Mimikyu so badly.
maybe
I
someday.
fucking love Mimikyu.
Maybe someday I'll
Yeah.
give you a Mimikyu. I am not against
So
it.
fucking cute.
What SR is Mimikyu?
One day V can have
I
a
have no
Mimikyu.
idea.
As a treat.
SR8.
Oh
Okay.
yikes. Okay, so that's around when I get my Delmies as well.
Yeah.
The great upgrade.
I like the confidence.
Yes.
Yep.
However, I'm sorry. That is a 6 investigation, right?
Yep.
It's not a 10? Okay.
No,
You're
it's a
walking
6.
around. Here's the thing. You do find a Pokemon. However, it's not what you expect. Do you have Umbra out with you right now?
Yeah, I'm just letting her float around and play.
Yeah, she's mostly just like sitting in your hands. She seems to like to be held, but every once in a while she'll float around you. There's not a lot more things here, but as you're kind of walking around a lot this way, you see something moving in this palm tree that you're walking past. And you see something fuzzy. It's
I guess he'll go
white
up and look up
fur,
there.
and it seems to be moving a little weirdly, and as it kind of turns towards you, you then see a pink nose with a curious shape to it. Roll me an Arcana. Roll me a Poke knowledge check.
Smooth bit.
Sorry, what was the Arcana? 4.
It's you're pretty sure it's cotton candy that's gotten tangled up in the leaves.
I guess he'll reach up and try to like touch it or grab it.
It is up on the palm tree, but as you begin to kind of like try to balance yourself climbing up the palm tree, it turns and unfurls and drops down on top of you. Oh wait, I do not have a thing for it. Oh, I don't have a little
I've been attacked by a giant Swoobat.
Yeah, that's a big swoobat.
Yes, sorry. I thought I had a little icon for it. I guess I don't. Why don't I have a little icon for? Hold on.
You know, in that Poke MMO, the one where the shiny rate's 1 in 30k, that was the first like pure random full odds single encounter shiny that I ran into when I was running through the black and white story.
That's pretty cool.
What are shiny Wooper like?
That one is like lime green, and when it evolves, is green and orange. It's weird.
Why are they all green? I don't like the green.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know why they
Not
made
fan.
that executive decision, but
Right, they're like, let's make everything neon green. Oh no.
yes.
bad.
All right, I'm going to turn off this music because you getting attacked.
I've gotten attacked.
You getting attacked. Hold on. This Woobat, because it's still a Woobat instead of a Swoobat,
That's true, yeah.
is going
Tiny
to take an attack.
Woobat.
Tiny Woobat.
Don't attack my baby.
Well,
Ghost.
Just-
Tiny.
Just reach out and boop it.
just boop its nose.
It should be in one of the little pockets, I think, on the side. It's like the white with the rectangle brick. Yeah.
Do. It will attempt to. You know what? It's just essentially gonna go for you because it doesn't have any. That's an 8 to hit though, so it misses you completely and just kind of falls on the ground and begins to flutter wildly.
I avoided damage. What? Nonsense.
Nonsense. What are you gonna do? Are you getting away from it, or are you gonna enter into battle?
Yeah, he'll kind of like stumble back and just shit. Umbra.
She kind of looks at you and goes, "What are we doing?"
Do you want to help, baby?
Maybe.
You wanna?
Ghosts. Not ghosts.
He just kind of like holds it out like you would like a little doll, like holds her in front of him.
Okay.
And I guess she'll try to.
That's pretty close.
Yeah, she'll just attack. Let's do a knockoff.
Okay.
Whoop, still in GM. That was a
That's
10.
a 10. That's a 10. Unfortunately, does not hit. The Woobat is still kind of like fluttering about on the ground, looking like it's very, very upset by things. But it will try to It looks over at Umbra, and it is going to use... What does this do?
Yeah. Also, a bonus action, I'm going to Pokedex it, because obviously.
Okay, yeah.
But yes.
Yes. You know what? Yeah, it's a wild Pokemon. It has nothing else it really wants to do, but...
But fight.
But fight. Yeah, it's gonna use...
Violence.
It will attempt to use Confusion.
Thanks.
Fuck. Yikes.
Yeah, alright.
Okay. That is a grand total of 8 psychic damage.
Psychic, okay. Ow. Rude. I don't have access to Shuppet's
Wait, really?
life. Yeah,
Oh,
or
you
to
know
move
what?
it.
I'm sorry, that's actually... Hold on, that's not your Shuppet, because it was linked to the original token that I put on there. But now, it should be... There we go, try it now. Try clicking it now.
Yes, okay. Ah, dogs. How much, that was 8 you said?
8
Yes.
psychic damage.
8. Okay. Seriously, back up. No. Not the baby.
Not the baby, that's like half of her HP.
Not... Yeah, right.
Okay.
They're not very strong ghosts, which is why Lily gets murdered a lot
Yeah,
as well.
you get past that one.
Right?
God, Danny, guys. Sorry.
All the dogs.
It's
Yeah.
dog time. Alright, what are you
We
doing?
can, like, usher them out and close the door just for now, but... just attack again.
Okay.
There we go, 17.
There we go.
Or
is-
8 dark damage.
8 dark. Hey, guess what? It's weak to dark. Okay. It takes that damage, and you see it begin to, like, flutter, and basically scooch itself along the ground, trying to escape. That was a huge hit to it. Does it do anything else? What is it? Oh, the item appears to... Okay.
It has a held item, yeah, but...
It will actually try to get away. It begins to run away, so if you want to take an attack of opportunity, it's trying to run.
6.
Oh, 6. Begins to kind of weakly fly up into the air and flutter. But it will turn around and... Oh, is Confusion melee? No. Make it ranged attack. Never mind. Why is it listed as melee? It's ranged. It will turn around and try to cast one more Confusion.
Alright.
That's a 10.
Is a miss.
Okay. Nope, misses.
Hell yeah. It's a good AC on Shove It.
Yeah, it's got the dex boost from being clumsy for some reason.
Alright, what's Shepard doing? Or Umbra.
Yeah. Right? Do I want... What is a Woobat? God, I don't even know. Do I want... Probably not. Do I want a Woobat?
It is psychic and flying.
Psychic fly.
It's not bad, but I also don't really care. No. Just gonna have her scoot on up, follow it, and try to hit again.
Oh no! Hey! Unfortunately misses. However, you will get another chance because the Swoobat is like, no, fuck this, fuck this, fuck this.
Hit again!
Oh god, hit again. It will turn around. with its last motion and try to cause confusion. Use confusion again.
Don't
That's
do it.
14.
Yeah, that hit.
Oof.
Yeah.
That is 7 psychic damage.
He's still fine.
Okay. You hear from across the way Marcy's voice going, "You can do it! Come on, yeah!"
Why? Why does it hurt so much?
Come on, Dice.
Doo-doo,
think-
Gotta hit him one more time, come on.
doo-doo,
I believe in you.
doo-doo. Yeah, you believed. That is more than
3
enough.
dark.
Yes.
But
The
it's
Woobat,
yeah.
it gets knocked out, and you see it just drop into this puddle and disappear from sight.
Oh no. It's okay, right?
You can't see it, but Marcy's like, "Yeah, don't worry,
Yeah.
it'll be fine."
It won't drown or anything.
Nah, they can get out of there. They float. They're mostly made of fur. Good
Okay.
job! Wow, that was an intense battle.
Look, I got a little doll Pokemon.
You sure did.
She did so good.
She did excellently. It looks like she probably got some experience from that as well. I'm gonna add that. You got 80 experience for the Woobat.
Experience. Good start. She has more than Lily right now.
Yeah.
Their first battle.
Yep. All right.
Poor Lily.
Well, that's why she's gonna train. She's gonna get swole tonight.
Yeah.
It's fine. I'm gonna use one of my potions on Umbra as well.
These guys want a
Good girl.
training montage.
I'm gonna
Marcy.
beat you guys up.
Become Marcy's new apprentice, but still have to, finish the gym challenge and become.
I mean, eventually the apprentice has to beat the master. What is the potion? What do I roll for the potion?
2d4 plus 2.
That.
Gosh.
It's like reflexive
Right.
Yep.
at this point.
Not having like a serious healer. We have to use so many potions. The tyranny. We've done it so
Yeah.
much, but we
Yeah.
still have to ask Kay what each one's for. Because like somehow the potions they just do not stick in my mind.
Right.
10 on a common, 20 on a greater, 40 on a superior, 80 on a supreme.
He's trying to get us to buy the Supreme in one of those stores.
It's too
I think
expensive.
it would actually be 100 because I think it's 20d4 plus. Yeah, it's 20d4 plus 20, so it'd be 100 if you used your
just-
action to drink the
use it.
supreme. It would give you 100 hit points.
It's a lot. It's
It
a lot.
is. I have been putting that. They have one supreme healing potion at Radon's that I have been sticking. in
It's
front
too
of them.
expensive.
How
It's
much-
like 12K.
how- It's 12 what?
Oh, 12,000.
12,000 gold. Fuck
Well,
that.
it could save your life.
It absolutely could,
Yes.
but it's also 12,000.
Right.
It's
Like
the thing that you're going
we're
to-
not poor by any stretch of the
I was gonna
imagination.
say.
But
Still.
like the idea of spending 12,000 on one potion.
A one-shot, right? A one-shot potion, which, yeah, it could save your life, but you could also get dragon breath for
Hey,
97
You
damage.
Could be buying them at that elf guy in the tiers and paying 14,000 instead for the fancy bottle. that
Right?
comes
Because
in.
he's all of his potions are broken now.
We could
So,
become the bad guys
doesn't
and
get
just start taking the potions instead of buying.
yeah, right?
Uh-oh.
I know.
That's
Yeah,
one of the things that pushes us over the edge. It's not like world not believing us. We're having to fight and prove ourselves to literally everyone every time. No, it's this motherfucker wants $12,000 for a potion. All right, that's it.
Right? Fuck that. Here's my
Let's go
hands
too
instead.
far.
Incredible.
I'm so excited for Tyranny. I was so bummed that we don't get to play tomorrow, but it just was not like
No,
not having
this,
my computer.
this is hard enough.
This is hard enough.
Yeah.
Trying to DM, I can't even imagine.
Yep.
I'm really glad we were able to play tonight because no joke, I thought y'all were probably like not going to be able to tonight, and I actually meant to like ping the group to see. So
Yeah.
I'm pretty glad we were able to actually.
A lot of things happened. You guys got a lot of training in, and I think this is probably a good place to stop too.
Yeah, I figured V shows Marcy the Shuppet, and then we probably just head back. And because I'm assuming the gym opens pretty soon, and he wants to be part of the night crew to assault his friends.
Yeah, Marcy literally walks in and goes, "Corin, Blair, who wants the night off?" And they're both like, "Me." And they have to like rock paper scissors for it.
V also just like off to the side to Marcy, just so how much do I have to bribe you to make Milo do the haunted house part again? To tell him, oh, never mind, change my mind, you have to do it again.
Oh god. Marcy, roll a persuasion check. Marcy thinks about it and she goes, "You know,
Yeah.
give me $5 and we'll call it even."
Hell yeah. That's half my money, but I'll do it.
Marcy kind of like slaps it out of your hand and gives you a high five and is like, "Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I'm good with this." Accepting bribes. I'm already dead because Gatlin's gonna kill me for telling you their first name.
I definitely won't use it constantly and on purpose. I promise.
They're gonna be so pissed they worked so hard for that doctorate. I'm a terrible friend.
Best friends always say that.
Well, it's easy. Just split the difference. Call them Professor Gatlin. Easy.
Yeah, there we go. Anyway. Well, the night ends and begins. The night ends and begins. Every end is a beginning.
Because we're in a place where the gym opens at 11 o'clock, so just when you think the day's coming to an end, you're like, wait, no, the gym
Oh yeah,
opens
we gotta go.
I still need to get a badge. I could do that tonight. My Pokemon will be healed. I should be good.
You could.
Why not? It's not like I don't have any resources that need a long rest or recharge, so I'm good to go again as long as I have a Pokemon Center to get my boys up.
As long as we heal them.
I guess that's the other question is, V, are you going back for your Pokemon?
Yeah, I will have to go back for my Pokemon, and I guess I'll just use another potion on Umbra to get her back up.
Okay.
Let's
Actually,
see.
you know what? Save the potion. Marcy was not fast enough to catch you using the first one, but she's like, you know, we do have like a healing thing at the center.
Oh, shit.
If you want to just, since you're working there.
You're the new intern.
Yes. She's like, we usually don't let anybody use it because it's, you know, for us and our Pokemon, but since you're working
I'm
with
helping.
us, yeah.
Yeah. He will. I don't know where the rest of the party is, but he will very carefully try to get back to the Pokemon Center without running into anybody to get his Pokemon back and then meet her back at the gym.
Here's the thing. I need both Milo and Kid to roll me perception, and I need you to roll me sneak, because you are sneaking directly past the restaurant that they are in. They're all eating, so, you know, it's not... Oh, good.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Milo? What's...
From the character sheet, right?
You're
There.
good.
Much like with Blur, even though he's inside, Kid just shouts, "Hey, B!"
V, you don't actually know they're in the restaurant until you hear, "Hey, V," and you're like, "Shit, fuck." Ah.
He kind of like ducks his head a little bit, and, like flicks him off and runs past.
Okay.
Bye, B. You get a text message a few minutes later. Bye, B.
He will text you back with that one and just like, I'll see you guys in like 20 minutes. It's fine.
Okay.
I'm busy.
And then you get just see you soon? Question mark again.